Welcome Wonders to Told You Wood Colors. My name is Jennifer and today I am going to be playing around with some glossy accents for the very first time. So I wanted to come on and record my first experience. I'll be coloring, I guess it's not coloring. I'll be using a page from 50 Space Themed Miniatures by Camila Angelkova. I already did color it. And now it's just ready for the accents. So I'm going to be filling in the eyeballs on all these cute little alien critters. And I do have another book as well that I want to use this on. So we'll do this page and then I'll pull out another page that I just completed and we'll put glossy accents there. Now, I had this for a little bit, but I never opened it. And it does say... to invert the bottle so the liquid flows to the tip, gently squeeze and establish flow on a scrap paper, and then let it dry for 15 to 60 minutes, depending on thickness, but I'm not used to that, so I'm probably just going to let it dry for overnight. If needed, clear up tip with a pin. Oh, this tip. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna do. So I have my sketchbook here. I usually pull this out for the different months. I'm gonna do it on a post-it note because I don't really want it in my sketchbook. I'm just gonna use this as like my sketchbook is gonna be like a mat, and then I'll just do it on the post-it note so I can toss it. But let me get my month filled in here. I think this month I'm gonna put, because usually for the months I put, for my scrap sketches, I put the month and the year at the top, so I know where my head was at. It's fun to look back. So February, March, April, then I have my Inktense, and then Mermaid was over here. I don't have anything for June, then I have July, and I don't have anything for August. So let's pick a color. And September either gives me like a purple vibe, a red burgundy vibe, or orange. Maybe we'll do like a red. I really don't enjoy those colors, so it might be the only time it gets used up. Let's do like I want to do like a rustic red. So I don't like that there are no names or numbers on the super tips. That bothers me. Let's see what this turns into. So we'll put September up here. Okay. That's kind of more like a brown, but that's okay. Actually, we'll put the year in there too. There we go. Okay, and this glossy accents. So let's open her up for the first time. I've had it for a couple months, and I don't know if I was just been scared to use it or if I haven't had like the right opportunity to. So I'll zoom you in a little bit. Okay, and you know what? To have a little bit more fun with this, why don't we just go ahead and draw ourselves a Camila Angelkova eye. She usually does something like this. But better. So there's our eyebrow. Let's give it a little, eye. Let's give it a little socket thing. There we go. Kind of looks like a penguin. A penguin head, if you look at it just right. All right, so I am just going to, I don't know if this is wet. Let's do a smudge test. Okay, yeah. Establish flow on scrap paper. So we really don't have to go crazy with this. And I don't know how light it needs to be, but I'm gonna put it on, and I'm kind of smearing it around now with the tip. I'm not pressing any more out on the tube, but I guess that's pretty thick. And I did hear some people say about getting like cracks in it. I don't know. So we'll just let that, we'll leave that alone. But I don't have any problem with flow, I guess. There are some bubbles in there. But we'll put that to the side. And now these are smaller, so let's see. How well are you in there? Let me see if I can zoom in any more. Okay, that's as close as I can get. And we're just gonna go in and do it. We're gonna do the thing. So hopefully, I'm sure this will turn out fine. That's how I always feel. Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. Feel like it kind of changes the color a little bit, but maybe not by much. Let's do this one and fill that one in, and then this one over here. Okay. All right, I'm gonna slide the book up a little bit and we'll finish the rest of the eyeballs. It's hard for me to see what you can see. I think that's the rest of them in shot now. So let's go in and do the thing. Now you want to think about where you're gonna start on the page. Based on if you're right-handed or left-handed. I always use wet mediums like this, or I always try to go from the top left-hand corner and work my way across so my hand isn't going to be in the wet. So if I started with this guy down here, it would be more challenging to get up here because your hand's running across it. So keep that in mind for your first time. If you're just not, you're obviously not used to thinking about doing something when it's your first time, but usually with wet mediums in general, I try to keep that in the back of my mind, and sometimes I fail. But I think these little guys are looking so cute. I was really happy with how the color palette turned out anyway. And now with these glossy eyeballs coming to life on the page, I just think this is the cutest thing ever in the world. And now I'm kind of sort of thinking about adding some like glitter gel pen to the moon and stars. So I might check that out. I feel like I should have done that first because now I have to wait for this to dry. But there we go. It's all done. So this first attempt really is pretty simple, I suppose. But at least on these little eyes, it's simple. And I have a second page that I want to do right after this one that has a larger eye on it, and see how that goes. Because I do hear, I don't know if it's brand or not, this one is Ranger. It's the same brand as the Stickles. So they do Stickles as well. So they have that up in the corner there, Ranger. So I don't know if it has to do with brand or if it just has to do with application for this specific thing anyway. But that is so fun. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I did that because these are just the cutest little things ever in the world. So, all right, I'll set this to the side so it can dry, and then I'll get the next one out. All right, so this is going to be a completed page. I have you zoomed all the way in, so you'll just have to wait for the September completed pages to see the rest of it. But I'm going to come in on this little guy and do his eyes and see how this turns out. I think it'll be fine, but it is a little bit bigger. I just have to keep in mind maybe not to keep squeezing the entire way through. So I'm going to try to keep a softer hand while applying the glossy accents to this guy, so that it's a thin layer and not a huge amount. So let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's just do the thing. I don't know why I'm nervous about just having too much on the page. I don't know what that could do. And it is kind of hard to see where I already have glossy accents. So I feel like I'm getting more bubbles in this one, and it might be because I'm lifting the tube more on this. So I don't know how to get those bubbles out. Oh, I think I just put another one in there. Okay, so I definitely see bubbles. Or dents or something. And then I don't know how fast it dries, so I don't want to keep messing around with it. There's definitely a bubble there. Get out of there. Oh no, lots of bubbles. Okay. What is happening? Okay, I think I'm gonna stop messing with it. I don't know. I feel like there's no glossy accents in the middle here. Alright, I'm just gonna do the other side now. I think I've poked that eyeball enough. Alright, so I'm coming over here. I think maybe a soft hand is not good. Alright, so I'll just put this out there. I did not watch a tutorial before I did this. I just kind of figured it would be self-explanatory, but maybe I should watch a video. Okay, so not too shabby. So I wonder how that's gonna dry. I will cut out and I'll come back to when this is all dried up. I feel like it is kind of sort of changing the color a little bit. So while this dries, maybe I'll watch a video on how Glossy Accents works, and then I'll be back to share with you the dried, finished look. All right, see you in a second. All right, it has been 2 hours. I let this sit for 2 hours, and that was not necessary. But I don't mind how this came out at all. But after watching some videos were contradicting, saying to lay it on thicker. I did do this eye a little bit thicker than this eye. This eye got the bubbles in it, and then this eye didn't. So I like this one more, I suppose. Well, yeah, because I don't like the bubbles, but they both still work and it's fine. And then I did read up on, like I read the comments of the videos that I watched too to learn from that, because when you find a video that you want to learn from, you can also learn tips in the comment sections, because people will ask questions and then they'll get answered by who made the video. And somebody did mention the cracks in their glossy accents, and the person said don't dry it with a heat gun, don't bend your page. And they also said, like, on a certain type of cardstock, to not lay it on thick. But in my situation, I like the way the thicker eye came out than the one that wasn't as thick. This is what happened to my post-it note. My little penguin, that's all I can see is a penguin. But this one came out okay, and it was a little bit thicker. So I'm sure if I bent this, like, I don't know. Well, it didn't crack. Maybe it's just, maybe it's too new. I don't know. Or maybe it's the fact that it's not on cardstock, because I'm sure a harder paper will crack. This is so flexible that it moves with the paper. So maybe that's why you don't want to have it thick layer on cardstock. So yeah, that changes things. And then our little alien page here. Let me slowly show you guys around this page as I'm zoomed in. So I didn't go as thick on these either. And they're still so cute though. I really do enjoy how this came out. So I think I ended up with a bubble somewhere. Oh, I think in that one in the middle. But again, it's totally fine. I don't mind. Look at how that just sparkles with the stickles too. Oh my gosh, I love these little guys. So this will start a new obsession of mine. I really do enjoy that. And let me go what you guys think. What do you use your glossy accents on? I read some suggestions about putting it on like glass items, windows, faces of clocks. What else could you use it on? I guess anything like underwater, I suppose. Or just like a fish out of water. How many fish out of water do you color? No, but I guess you could do it on like fruit, like the inside of a fruit, if it's like drawn, cut open to indicate like it's juicy. There's probably so many. You could put glossy accents on anything, but what's your favorite thing? I'm sure eyeballs would be the top one to use your glossy accents on, but what are some other things? Maybe you use glossy accents for the wings instead of stickles, or yeah, I don't know. You could put it on anything, but I just want to hear some ideas, because sometimes you just don't think of all the things. So I want to see what you guys think. But I had a lot of fun with this. For a first try, I guess it's not too shabby. I guess my tip would be probably lay it on a little bit thicker. We're not using this on cardstock, so it should be fine. I think they turned out fine anyway. So I had a lot of fun with that. So get used to me using this in the future. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I hope you have a great and colorful day. Bye.